It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Hey, today's video is for all the end users of the Document Imaging channel. All those folks that buy copy machines from those vendors that come in, you know the ones that come in there and they try to sell you those big giant machines. Well, today what I want to do is I want to talk to you about the A4 MFP against the A3 MFP. This video is strictly for end users. If you're one of those product-centric resellers that's out there trying to jam A3 down customers' throats, you probably ought to turn the video off because it could upset you. But if you're one of those end users that wants to know the truth between A3 and A4, well, Ray's going to share it with you. I'm going to use my ClearTouch interactive board. I got a little slide presentation I want to show you. But let's just get to it because it's so exciting. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you are saying, you know, what's going on with the A4 MFP? Someone called me out the other day. They said, Ray, you know, we got all these big giant machines in our office. We want to switch to the A4 MFP. Can you help us understand why in the world our current vendor isn't doing that? And folks, here's the reality. The A4 MFP is changing an industry. And more customers are becoming aware. This virus is causing awareness like never before. They're looking at these big giant boat anchors in the hallway thinking, why the hell did I buy that? And I sure as hell don't need it when I go back. So, and it's doing this whole change is happening without the permission. Without the permission of the industry. In other words, all those people that made a great living selling A3 copy machines, so they're not given permission. I mean, manufacturers aren't lowering quotas on A3 and raising them on the A4 as an example. They don't even want you to buy the A4s. They try to hide them. Folks, here's the reality of it. A lot of people might be asking this question, so I want to clarify this real quick. The A3 machine's the big giant machine that holds the 11 by 17 paper. The A4 is a smaller machine, robust as hell. It'll do everything that damn thing does, except for the big giant paper. Oh yeah, I guess if you want to do some booklet finishing with the big giant paper, you got to buy the A3. But that's a small percentage of the marketplace. Most people need to walk up there, get a print, make a copy, get the hell out of the way, go back to work. They're not up there trying to create booklets. Now, they might be in production print arenas. Well, go ahead and buy your A3s over there. But that business office environment, you ought to be buying A4. Folks, here's the reality of it. Nobody does this damn big paper. 11 inches wide, 17 inches long. My God, you can't even hold it. It's so big. Who does that? Nobody does that. Hell, most people don't even do legal size paper. But you know what? All those A4s out there will do legal and letter. That's right, folks. They'll do legal and letter. It'll do what 90% of the world's doing or more. Don't need the big machine. So you ask, why the hell do they keep selling me these big machines? It's really simple, my friends. The A4s cost less. Thereby, it lowers the revenues to the resellers when they sell them to you. That's why they do it. Sales teams sell as much as possible instead of selling as much as needed. Product-centric sales teams sell you as much as possible. Customer-centric sales teams sell you what you need. There's a big difference there. And when the manufacturers are telling all these resellers, you got to sell more A3, you got to sell more A3, maybe they threaten to cancel them sometimes. Could you even believe they would do that? I mean, here you are trying to be the customer-centric approach to the market, and you got some manufacturer that's so focused on A3 that they're going to penalize you. I'm thinking about my friends at HP, great example. You know, they're going to disrupt the A3 marketplace. They're telling everybody in the world they're going to be the greatest A3 salesperson. What are they really saying? Well, I think they're saying they're going to sell you as much as possible instead of what you need. I mean, doesn't that sound logical to you? Sounds logical to me. A3 benefits the industry's processes, and those processes are outdated. That's the reality. A4 benefits the industry's customers. So industry's customers, I'm talking to you. You have the cards. When those product-centric people come in and they try to sell you as much as they can, put up the stop sign and say, no, just sell me as much as I need. Folks, here's the reality. When you follow the money, sometimes it tells you the story. Well, think about this. An A4 50-page-a-minute copy, print, fax, and scan compared to an A3 50-page-a-minute copy, print, fax, and scan. Both machines are black and white. Listen to this, it'll blow your mind. The A4 machine is $3,074. $3,074. The A3 machine, get ready, it's a big number, $15,410. Isn't that it? It's almost insanity. You could buy what? Oh my gosh, 4 or 5 of these for the price of that. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 machines to the price of 1. And you know what they do? They both print 8.5 by 11 or legal paper. One of them prints 11 by 17 that hardly anybody does. Doesn't it make more sense to spend the $3,000 as opposed to the $15,000? Sure as hell makes sense to me. But why don't people know this? Because well, I can't say all, because there are some customer-centric dealerships and manufacturers out in the marketplace. I think about my friends at Lexmark. They're focused on A4, focused on that customer-centric deliverable. But ladies and gentlemen, do you really need to be spending $15,000 for a copy machine when you could only spend $3,000? Doesn't that make more sense? You know, and here's something else I need you all to think about here, folks. If you look in NextEra's database, the world's largest database, 4 million devices in there, do you realize that like 85% of those devices run less than 7,000 pages a month? Seriously. 7,000 pages a month. And so you got to ask yourself a question. How many of those devices are doing 11 by 17? 2, 3% maybe? That means all the rest of them could be A4s? Holy smokes. Customers out there, when these reps show up in your office with these insanity deals, we're gonna buy out your old machine. We're gonna put you on 120 days deferred payment, and we're gonna save you some money, and we're gonna jam another big machine by the water fountain in your hallway. Tell them no. Tell them no, I want an A4, but here's something really good. Think about this, my friends. Think about this. We're in this virus thing, right? I mean, it's a problem out there. We're gonna be going back to the office. Do we really want to be slobbed around all up next to each other trying to make a copy or get a print? Absolutely not. We could be spreading the virus. We don't want to be doing that. What we want to be doing is we want distributed printing. I mean, we already saw the pricing. We saw the pricing. Get 4 A4s for the price of 1 A3. Spread those 4 around the office. Can you imagine? You could go to like 3 people could have their own little device. It'll work just fine. Because they're not doing the big paper. You can see clearly here, she's not copying any of that big paper. And the odds are the people in your office aren't copying that big paper either. Ladies and gentlemen of the industry, the customers of the industry, you have the power, you have the cards. When those folks come in and try to oversell and overspec you, just tell them, no, we're going to buy A4. And we want to buy more, so we're going to buy A4. We want to buy more, we're going to buy A4. Remember that slogan. We want to buy more, so we're going to buy A4. Folks, we got to make some changes. And the reality of it is the market's going to change. Customers are more aware than ever. And we know, everybody knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow.